Let's quickly create a movie poster in Photoshop. So here we will select an A3 size portrait poster. So here we will select A3 size and we'll select inches here, and we'll also just give the name for the document as movie poster, and the remaining settings are all default settings. We can just click on create. That's it. So first step is completed. We have created our document. Now let's first start with the background. We'll create an interesting background. So we'll select a gradient. Here we will be selecting a bluish gradient. So here we have a light blue color. We'll just make it a little bit light, and a dark blue color. And we will first create the background for our movie poster. So this is the background for our movie poster. We'll make it a little bit interesting. We'll go to filter, and here we have the camera raw filter. So we will open the camera raw filter and we'll create a vignette background. So to create a vignette background, here we have the option vignetting. We will just reduce it. So we can see here in effects we have this vignetting. So we can see a dark coloring around the document or around the canvas. So we can slightly reduce the darkness by just increasing the vignetting value. So this is okay. This is the starting point. Now we will also get an image. So the poster that we'll be creating is that of a simple drama genre film, that is city life. So we'll get the image of a city. So this is the image of a city, and we will first just keep it in our document. So we can increase its size. We can slightly stretch it, so somewhat like this, right? Then we will apply a mask to this city image. So just we will click on the mask icon at the bottom of the layers panel over here, and now we will select a gradient. We will select a black and white gradient because mask will have a lot of effect with black and white colors. So we have selected black and white colors, and we will use the linear gradient, and we will just drag from bottom to top, something like this. So this looks nice. So we got a nice city image that is blended with the background, right? Now we will get the characters for this film. So we'll first select this person. So we will select this person. To select the person, we will use the quick selection tool, and here we have the option select subject. So we have selected the person, and we can fine tune the selection. We can just zoom into the image. So something like this. We can just carefully select. And now if we want to quickly select the hair, and we might think that we might lose the hair detail. So here we have the option select and mask. So what we can do is we can just use this refine edge brush tool, and just we can paint around his hair. That's it, and we don't need anything else. And we can just scroll down and select the option output to, and we will select the option layer mask, and we will just click OK. right. And we will also see if we have selected the hair properly, how we can do that. We can hold Alt in PC or Option in Mac and just click on this mask thumbnail. So we can see here we have not selected the hair properly. We will do one thing, we will just select the brush tool. We will keep the blending mode as overlay. We will reduce the brush size and we will increase the flow value here. The background has to be black, so we can just erase this unwanted thing. So that's it, right. So now we can just hold Alt in PC or Option in Mac and come out of the mask editing mode, right. So now we have selected this character and we will confirm the mask by simply right clicking on this mask thumbnail and we will select the option apply layer mask. That's it. Now we will just change the blending mode here and we will drag this person into this poster document. That's it, right. So now the next step we'll be doing is we will apply mask to this character and we will use a brush. We will use a soft rounded brush. Make sure that opacity and flow are 100% and make sure that the foreground color is black, and we will erase some portions of this person. So we'll only keep till his chest. So something like this. This looks better, right. So we will also make him big. We'll scale him. So something like this. So this looks better, right. And we can also confirm the mask, but all right, we will keep it like this. Now we will get the next character. So the next character is this lady. We will do the same thing. We will use the quick selection tool and we will click on this select subject, and again we will select the select and mask. So we have just quickly selected this lady, and we will also confirm the mask by right clicking on the mask thumbnail and selecting apply layer mask. Now we will also drag this lady inside our movie poster. We'll just make her small, so something like this. And we will also apply a mask to this lady, and we will use a brush tool, a soft rounded brush, and we will erase some portions of this lady so that this lady also perfectly blends inside the background, right. And we'll get the next character. So we will get this character. We will also select him using quick selection tool, and we will just apply mask to him. We will confirm the mask. We will drag this person inside our poster. We will flip him. Just we will activate the transform tool, right click on the subject and select flip horizontal. That's it. So we can just keep him over here. So we can just drag this lady a little bit and keep her a little bit at the bottom. And we can also flip this lady if you want. So something like this. This looks better. So we need to adjust everything properly, and we will also apply a mask to this person, and we will erase the bottom part of this person so that this person also blends perfectly in the background, right. We can just slightly scale the characters. we can keep the main character big and the remaining characters small, right? So once we have these characters, we can just select these layers. We will make them a little bit big. We'll position them properly. So something like this, right? Then we will now put the title. The title of the movie is City Life. So we will just drag this, make it big, and also we will be changing the color. So we'll just give it a pure red color, and we can give it a drop shadow as well. So something like this. We'll change the settings for drop shadow, so this is better. You can give a simple white stroke, so this looks better, right? And another thing we'll be doing is we will also put the name of the director. So the name of the director is Sam Noronha film, right? So we'll just keep it like this, and we can also just apply the same layer style to this director's name. So we can just hold Alt in PC or Option in Mac and drag this FX icon and drop it on this on the name of the director. So something like this, right? So then we will also put the name of the production, the film production studio. So it is a Blue Magic Studios. So we can just keep it over here. And we can just change the color for this. We can give it any color, whatever color is looking nice, we can just give it. We can give some simple layer styles. We will also put the name of the cast and crew of the film. So we can just select the type tool, and at the bottom we will just put the names of the characters. We can also put the names of the crew members. So whatever names we want to put, we can put. So the names are Alan Carr, and we can just make it small. The names of the characters should be small, and we will just take a duplicate of this text and we will put the name of another character, Julie Grace. So we need to align properly, that's very important. And we'll also put the name of the third character, Ronnie J. So this is the name of the third character. So we can give equal spacing, right? And if you want the same layer styles to these character names, we can just drag from this name of the director, but instead we'll do one thing. We will just give separate styles for these names. We'll just give a drop shadow for one of the name, and we will just copy the same layer style and paste it on other names. So we can simply hold Alt in PC or Option in Mac and drag this effects icon and drop it on other names. So we can just drop them on other names. So that's it. So now we'll do some final things. So what we'll be doing is we'll just create one background, one white background below the blue background. So we'll just hold Ctrl in PC or Command in Mac and click on this create new layer icon to create a layer below the active layer, and we will fill this layer with white color. Right, now we'll do one thing. We can actually rotate this blue background. We'll activate the transform tool and we can actually rotate it something like this. We can make it big and rotate it like this, so something like this. So we can just extend it like this. We can also stretch it if we want, so something like this. It looks interesting. Right, so this looks interesting. So we can just try to give some nice look to this poster. Right, so the next thing we'll be doing is here we don't have a cinematic color. We will also try to give some cinematic color to the poster. So for that, what we'll be doing is we'll select the images. We'll select the topmost image here and we will use this hue and saturation. So we can use this hue and saturation, and we will first colorize everything. We'll use this option colorize. So we can see here we lost the natural colors. It has removed the natural colors and we can see all unnatural colors. So we can do one thing. We can just change the hue here. So we can see here. So here we got some unnatural colors. These are cinematic colors. So we can just use these colors. And we will also do one thing. We don't want the color intensity to be too much. We can just increase the hue as well as saturation. Saturation will darken the image, darken the colors of the image, and hue will change the colors. We can select any kind of colors. Okay, this looks nice. So now what we'll be doing is we don't want this color to be too intense. So we can do one thing. We'll just inverse this mask thumbnail for hue and saturation. We can simply hit Ctrl I in PC or Command I in Mac to inverse the mask. Right, and we will select a brush. We will reduce the flow for the brush because we want the cinematic color which we have applied from hue and saturation, but that should not be too intense. So that is why I have reduced the flow, and we will keep white as the foreground for the brush, and we will just paint that color so that that color effect is mild. So something like this. So we can just keep it like this. It's not too intense. It is a little bit mild. So something like this. Right. One last thing we'll be doing is we will just use a curves adjustment layer, and we can just increase or decrease the brightness. So we can increase the brightness or decrease the brightness if we want a little bit dark output. So we can just increase it. This looks better. Slightly increase the brightness, and one more thing we can do is we can select the CD layer and we can stretch it a little bit. So we can stretch it if we want. So just like this. That's it. We'll just put one thing on the top right corner, that is the release date. So we'll select the type tool and we will just type releasing on, and we will just put the date 8th August, and we can just change the color here for releasing on, and we will try to increase the size of the date, make it big, something like this, and then we will just scale the entire text. So just keep it properly, and let's keep it a little bit inside. That's always a good thing to do for designers. So we have completed the movie poster for the film City Life.